know they're averaging almost 98 a game. This will be a barn burner.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Jeep Grand Cherokee. For Gonzaga, their starting point guard is Josh Perkins. His backup, Gino Crandall, is out now with a broken hand. That will be something to watch in this game. For the Blue Jays, they look at their sophomores, Tyshawn Alexander, Mitch Ballack, and Damian Jefferson, as those guys account for 55% of the scoring. The officials are John Gaffney's Breeding and Mike Eads. The Blue Jays are in their home whites. The Zags are in their blacks today. There is one of the top players in the land, Rui Hachimura. Jumping center, Martin Kroppel against Brandon Clark, and the tip is controlled here by the Blue Jays. It is the point guard, Davion Mintz.
Key for Creighton early, no live ball turnovers. Be aggressive, find your guy, run your stuff. You have to force Gonzaga and see if they're willing to defend.
Tyshawn Alexander hits the first three of the ball game.
What a way to get it started at home with this crowd ready to erupt. Didn't make them wait too long.
Alexander leads the team in scoring on the season, over 18 points per game. Hachimura trying to get it down low. We're going to have a foul called here against Alexander. As we take a look at the coaches for Gonzaga, now in his 20th year, is Mark Few. What a job he has done. Has brought his team to the NCAA tournament every year as a head coach. And now he has his team ranked #1 in the land. Hachimura for three. That's good. He can hit it from deep. On the season now, 6 for 11 from three-point land.
I think you live with that if you're Creighton. It takes one more big away from the basket if he doesn't make it. And that's not how Gonzaga is going to beat you with Hachimura shooting threes. I think you can live with that.
This is tipped out of bounds by Hachimura. Greg McDermott now in his 9th year as the head coach for the Blue Jays. Last year tied for 3rd in the Big East. 5 NCAA tournament appearances here for Creighton. The entry pass. There's a turnover. Perkins, skip pass. Kispert off the glass, no. Clark there for the rebound, the putback, that's no good. Kispert gets the rebound. He comes up short, and the rebound is off the foot of Alexander as he was fighting with his own teammate, Damian Jefferson, so it will stay Gonzaga ball. Our Geico players to watch in this game, ironically enough, are the two guys who have scored so far.
Well, that's really where it starts with both teams. Can Tyshawn handle the balance of being a scorer but also kind of being a floor general? They need him to score baskets, but he has to know when his teammates are available, and then obviously Hachimura can score in so many ways. There's the issue that Creighton has to deal with. Clark, there's going to be a mismatch there a lot of the day. If Kroppel is on Hachimura, how do you deal with that? You got to keep him away from the basket.
Clark was 9 for 9 in the victory over North Dakota State on Monday. Hits the field goal there. Davion Mintz pulls up for 3. He hits it.
Well, they got 3 guys who can really do it from the perimeter. You can throw Ballack in there, he's yet to score, but with Mintz and Alexander, right now, if you're Greg McDermott, you're feeling pretty good about the way you're starting offensively.
Good defense by Kroppel against Hachimura. Here's Jefferson in transition. He's left open for the jumper. He knocks it down.
I love it, but I would love it more if he would have stopped 1 foot sooner and knocked down the 3.
Listen to this place. Perkins to the hoop. Gets the pick set for him, and that silences the crowd momentarily. 8-7, Creighton on top.
It's a terrific job by Clark on the seal.
Kroppel gets fouled by Perkins, and Perkins might be the one guy on this team that they can ill afford to get into foul trouble.
Just take a look right here, Coach. This is such a great job. Take a look at Clark right there. He's sealing his guy off. It allows Perkins to get an easy layup to the basket. This is also another really good look. Kroppel may have to stick his nose in under the basket to help. Now, that wasn't his help, but in games like this, you're going to have to do things you're not comfortable doing defensively if that means saving a layup.
Martin Krompel, what a story he has been. He tore his ACL, third time he's torn an ACL. That happened last January 17th. He came back. He then sprained his ankle in late October. He missed about 10 days of practices. And here he is back on the floor again. His last game in the victory over Montana on Wednesday. He's starting to be himself again. Norvell for three. No. Krompel with a rebound. Here comes Mintz. The Blue Jays like to push it. Ballack, that's a deep three. Oh!
I love Mitch Ballack's confidence. He's a tough kid. He calls his teammates out when they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But boy, you got to come sooner if you're going to try to get the ball out of Rui Hachimura's hands. You cannot let him dribble that ball 1 and 2 times that close to the basket.
Right now they're trading threes for twos. Ballack, that's the first miss of the game for the Blue Jays. 13-9, they lead by 4. Clark, the pull-up. That's too easy for him.
It's just so good when you have a guy that size who can catch it top of the key, on the move, put it down once or twice under control and finish softly. Every coach in America wants a big who can do that.
And he's a transfer from San Jose State. Jefferson tried to get to Krompel. Shot clock down to 10. Krompel's got the mismatch against Norvell. Drop step off the glass. Noah was looking for a whistle. Didn't get it. Here comes Josh Perkins.
I like the play, though. They throw it inside. You got to give him more space.
There's the alley-oop and a foul against Krompel as he fouls Brandon Clark. What a start for the Blue Jays from deep. It started with Tyshawn Alexander. Davion Mintz able to hit. And Mitch Ballack put one in as well. 13-11, Blue Jays on top.
The last time any Creighton sports team has beaten #1, we got to go back to baseball in 2001. Of course, they knocked off Villanova, ranked 3rd in the country last year. That was the highest ranked team. But McDermott saying to us, our team has been hearing about taking on the top dog since Monday. If I have to say anything different to get my guys fired up, then we're in trouble. They've off to a good start, like you said, Justin.
They are, as Clark is able to make both. Brandon Clark, just a 48% free throw shooter, ties this game up at 13. And by the way, I don't think Greg McDermott has to fire up his team or the crowd. They have come out here electric. Tyshawn Alexander, jump stop, passes back out to Jefferson. Alexander left open for 3, knocks down his second.
I like how Alexander didn't give up. He stopped, probably had a layup, but then he moved back out to receive the ball back. And again, that's how the Creighton team can do a better job offensively. Keep the pressure on Gonzaga's bigs.
Rui Hachimura hits the jumper up against Jacob Epperson, who's checked in. Mintz the pull-up jumper. They're just trading buckets. You talked about these two teams, high-scoring teams.
I love the pace for Creighton right now. I think Gonzaga would like it too. That's a really good call. Big man out of control after I just got done praising him on the 1-2 dribble from the top of the key. But that's a terrific call. Guards in their spot. You know, everyone talks about they're so much bigger than us, or teams that are bigger. How do we defend that? This is how you defend it. You put a big in an uncomfortable position and you get your feet set. As a guard, a coach loves that from his guards. Be in the spot, take the charge, or going the other way.
That's the first foul against Brandon Clark. So in comes Filip Petrusev, the freshman. Depth is an issue at the front court spot for Gonzaga because Killian Tilly is out. Alexander, good move. He's just playing with such confidence right now.
What I love most about Tyshawn Alexander's offensive game is that he makes you play at his pace. He'll get you on his hip. He's never in a hurry. He feels where the defenders are and just elevates over the top.
Jeremy Jones, number 22, is in for the Zags. Hachimura, the pull-up jumper. No, Jefferson, the big rebound.
Really good D by Epperson there. Force Hachimura to be a jump shooter.
Jefferson for 3. Just his 4th miss from 3 this year. Now 9 of 13. Petrusev, good job running the floor, and a foul is going to be called here against Epperson.
You got to love the effort, though. I mean, Jacob Epperson does a great job. At the other end, he misses, but he hauls tail back to this end. That's a good call, a little bit too much body, but I love the effort. Epperson runs down. In this environment, that's all the crowd can ask for, is that you work your tail off trying to make the right play.
And that's what James Breeding was telling Greg McDermott. He got him with the body as Marcus Zegarowski checks in for the first time. Going to the bench, Davion Mintz. Petrusev, who played his high school ball at Montverde Academy, helped win a national championship last year. He knocks down both. 3-point leads for Creighton. 13:40 to go here in this first half. Number 1 Gonzaga playing their first true road game of the year. Zegarowski. Ballot for 3. Got it again.
Great spacing. That play was made by Jacob Epperson telling the guard, come up. We need this pick and roll a little bit higher. That will make the defense suck in and give Ballot enough time to get that 3 off.
A foul away from the ball going against Rui Hachimura. Third team foul against the Zags. Now Tyshawn Alexander goes out as Joseph comes in.
And this play is made. Zegarowski makes a great pass, but the only way it's set up is because Jacob Epperson tells Zegarowski, set the screen higher, not low on the opposite side. Allows the defense to suck in, wide open jumper.
Zegarowski, how about the crossover there? Finding Epperson, kick out, Ballot, step back for 3. Doesn't get it this time. Hachimura gets the rebound. He'll lead the break himself. Great control by Rui Hachimura.
And Epperson's a shot blocker, so important for him to stay on his feet, but Hachimura understands that jump stop used so well. Nice little step through.
Caleb Joseph, the transfer from Syracuse. Epperson, it's off the foot of Jeremy Jones. A couple of subs coming in. Corey Kispert checking in for the Zags. And Samson Froling now for the Blue Jays.
Watch a terrific play by Rui Hachimura. First, he didn't give the ball up. Nice little hop step there, stepping through. Talk about guys making guys play at your pace. It's easy when you're big at 6'8" and you can handle it.
Samson Froling, fresh off the bench, hits a 3. The Australian knocks it down. Norvell to answer, no. Kispert tries to keep it alive, he can't.
Blue Jay basketball.
I think Justin Kutcher could make a 3 in this gym right now. Everyone's making them.
Gonzaga has opened this season, entering this game, shooting nearly 47% from three-point land. They're 6 of 9 so far from 3 in this first half. Joseph saves the pass from Jefferson. Shot clock down to 7. Froling to the hoop. No, the follow by Jefferson. He got fouled. That's against Perkins, and that's his second. 11:41 to go. That is a critical call as Josh Perkins just picked up his. He said, I still got the moves. And right now, this team is on fire to open up the game, shooting over 64% from the floor.
A lot of parallels, though. I mean, you have two teams that their history goes back to being mid-majors. Now, on a national scale, obviously, Creighton on a Power 6 conference at Big East, and obviously Gonzaga at number 1. But not only that, they're both coming off tournament wins in tropical islands the last week and a half. So these are great starts for both of these schools that now, when you talk history of basketball and mid-majors, how they've advanced and garnered the respect that they deserve.
28-19, Gonzaga trails here. The number 1 team playing their first road game of the season. As in for the first time is Greg Foster Jr. Clark back in, and he goes to the hoop, and he's able to finish. And let's check in with Lisa.
The 6 for 9 shooting from 3 was a focus in Mark Few's huddle, and look for a little bit more switching, as you can see right there at the top of the key. Also, Josh Perkins not in the game right now for Gonzaga, but expect a really short rest for him. They got to play him even with the 2 fouls.
That will certainly be something to follow with Gino Crandall out with that broken hand. Shot clock down to 6. Alexander the deep 3. No, look at Clark go up high for that rebound. Clark stumbles. The crowd wanted to travel. They don't get it. And now we've got a foul called against Corey Kispert.
Rolling into a screen. The only thing that scares me about what's happening with Creighton and how they're shooting right now is it's 12-2 when you talk about points in the paint. 2 going to Creighton. I don't want to call it fool's gold because this is what they do. They shoot threes. But as the game progresses, you get into the second half. Will those legs still be there? They have to find a way to get Crumple some touches in the paint or have guys getting to the rim off the dribble.
Well, Martin Crumple is back in the game right now. Here's Joseph trying to get it to Crumple. Crumple's able to save it. Shot clock at 10. Alexander's 3, no. And the rebound ripped down by Jeremy Jones.
That's where I'd like to see him get to the basket. The defense is trying to recover. They're trying to find a guy, put it on the floor, maybe get fouled, get something easy at the rim.
Clark kick back out to Kispert. Puts it on the floor. Jump stop, able to put the scoop shot in. Makes it a 5-point game. Joseph, the hesitation. Kick out, Ballack for 3. That comes up short, and all of a sudden Creighton has gone cold from 3-point land.
2 of the best times to try to get to that rim off the dribble, and that ball is kicked out, and the defense is trying to recover or in transition.
Watch out, coming our way. And this is going to be out of bounds off of Norvell. And back into the game is Davion Mintz, the point guard. Also, Rui Hachimura checks back in for Gonzaga. The Blue Jays have missed their last 4 shots. They still lead by 5.
And there are some concerns for Mark Few. The shots that Creighton has missed those last 4, 3 of them have been wide open shots. So it's not your defense recovering to a guy getting a hand up and making him uncomfortable. They're just really not there. Creighton has to find a way to continue to take advantage.
Mintz picked up the dribble. Crumple against Clark. He's a shot blocker. He doesn't care. Remember, Clark has a foul. Didn't want to pick up his second. Ballack knocks that one off the leg of Foster.
Well, the reason Martin Crumple makes this play work is because of the space. He's got a ton of space going to the left because their spacing has been so well, and they've been knocking down 3, so the defense has to stay on the perimeter, and that's just a powerful finish for a guy who's had to deal with 3 ACL tears. It's a great sign.
Mintz to Zegarowski. Under 9 to go in this first half. Shot clock to 10. Alexander against Hachimura. Trying to cross him over. Mintz for 3. Crumple the offensive rebound and put back.
That's how you play like a man. You go in there with 3 jerseys of your opponent around you, you dig it out, and you go right back up.
Kispert blocked by the rim. Loose ball. Zegarowski's got it. Off the glass.
Because it now tells Gonzaga, we're not just a 3-point shooting team. You have to focus on what's going on down low with Crumple.
And how big were those points? So big that Josh Perkins has come back in with 2 fouls for Gonzaga with 8:03 to go here in this first half.
Perkins just has to play under control, but has to stay aggressive.
And he gets the roll right there on the runner. Zegarowski Kick out to the corner, extra pass. Cropple wasn't looking for it. Mintz, he says, that's my bad, I should have shot it. Hachimura, high-low game with Clark. Well done by Gonzaga.
Now you're going to either have to put better ball pressure on Hachimura, or you're going to have to back way up. Because you can't allow him to throw that ball so cleanly down low from the top.
Hachimura, look at him handle the ball as Cropple was trying to draw the charge. He went right around him. And now a timeout will be taken here by Greg McDermott. Just like that, Gonzaga strikes back as they are back to within 5 thanks to a 6-0 run in 30 rounds. Martin Cropple.
There's so much to unpack there. One, you have a 6'8", 240-pound player that is handling the ball coast to coast, but defensively, you got to stop him sooner. You can't allow him to get to that lower circle before you start to defend.
Connor Cashaw, number 2, has checked in for the first time for the Blue Jays. He's got the ball right now. Mintz, Cropple posting up, trying to get the ball. Shot clock down to 6. Ballack has it stripped going up by Hachimura. Hachimura, offensive foul. 4th offensive foul of the half against the Bulldogs. And that's the 2nd against Hachimura.
This is the difference. You have a guard that stands him up versus Martin Cropple, who's a bigger guy, who's not used to backpedaling and getting his feet set up. That's just a terrific play by Mintz to get square, get his feet set, take the hit.
So Hachimura, with his 2nd foul, he goes to the bench. Alexander already with 10 points in the ball game, which means he has scored double figures every game so far this year. The crossover by Mintz, double clutch, he gets his own miss. A fresh 30, Alexander for 3, no. Cropple the offensive rebound, that's no good. An extra possession here again. Ballack for 3. And the Blue Jays could not convert. Perkins, the lob. But we've got a foul, and this foul, I believe, is going to go against Cropple.
And that's tough. I think a play that was misunderstood by Clark and Perkins. I think Perkins got caught in the air, was thinking, I'll shoot a floater. No, you know what, I'll pass it. It hits the rim. Cropple probably could have let it go and grabbed the rebound, so everyone was a little confused on that play.
Cropple goes to the bench. Epperson comes in. Bad pass from Clark to Perkins as he was trying for the curl. Perkins, great body control, has it blocked by Epperson. Clark gets it. Orville, no. And the rebound by Cashaw.
Love it. Guards coming back to help their bigs rebound.
Epperson sets the screen. Skip pass.
A risky one.
Jefferson gets fouled.
I tell you what, Gonzaga was stunned a little bit. I think they were surprised that Alexander tried to throw that pass from the right wing to the opposite left corner at chest height. Got away with one there.
The foul was called against Kispert. Jefferson at the line. Free throws the rest of the half for the Blue Jays. The injuries are taking a toll against Gonzaga. For more on that, let's check in with Lisa.
Yeah, the latest update, you've mentioned the backup point guard, Gino Crandall. He broke his hand at practice on Sunday. The good news for him, he doesn't need any surgery. They're going to work on getting him back into practice next week. The challenge, though, is that broken hand is his strong hand, his ball-handling hand with his right hand. And you see Killian Tilly there on the right as well. He's able to put some foot on that ankle injury that he had surgery on. They still expect him to be back in the conference season at the end of this month. Maybe doing some cardio and stuff in the meantime to keep his conditioning up.
He will be big when they get him back, as he's a great outside shooter. Speaking of outside shooting, there's a 3 by Connor Cashaw.
Right place, right time. Hiding out in that corner.
And And a foul here against Epperson. Number 2 against him, as Clark had great position down low.
Just a great job. You swing the basketball. There's so much space. You got 2-on-1 on that opposite side. Kispert had to make a decision, but he was a little slow to get to the corner. And cashed in. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Clark had made his first 2 free throws, misses that one. Epperson will go to the bench. They'll bring in Samson Froling. They'll roll in those 3 bigs. Froling, Epperson, and Krompel.
And the one thing you get with all of them is length. You know, Epperson might give up a little when it comes to strength, but he has pretty good timing on his shot blocking abilities.
0 for 2 at the line for Clark. He's got 12 points so far on the day. Zegarowski is in. Here is Froling against Clark. Clark has 1 foul. Froling going at him, was hoping to pick up his second. Perkins is playing with 2 for the Zags.
Got everything but the bucket.
Perkins lost it, got it back. Norvell for 3. And a good box out and rebound by the little Marcus Zegarowski.
I think Gonzaga's going to need Norvell to knock down some shots. It gives him one more guy that Creighton has to think about. So far, very quiet in this game.
Cashaw the pull-up jumper, no. And a good rebound by Philip Petrusev. Norvell to the hoop with the right hand, gets it to go.
Right on cue. Just another threat for Gonzaga, especially with Rui Hachimura out of the game.
5-point lead for the Blue Jays. Froling against Petrusev, got him up in the air, leaves it off for Jefferson.
I love it. Froling under control, a little slow on the step through. He was fighting the defenders, trying to rub him off, but good find.
Petrusev can shoot from out. Rebound comes out to Norvell for 3. That's good. Zach Norvell, a 39% three-point shooter on the season, makes it a 4-point game.
I guess his ears were ringing. We were talking about he's got to step up. He's got 5 points since then.
Froling against Petrusev. 3 minutes to go. Shot clock at 10. Alexander, the pull-up jumper is long. Rebound is Froling. And Jefferson wisely pulls it back out. The Blue Jays will reset.
I think you got to go away from that screen.
Zegarowski. Shot clock now at 10. Tyshawn Alexander pulls up for 3. And the rebound is ripped down by Jeremy Jones. Norvell for 3 again. In and out. And the rebound comes out to Zegarowski. In the corner, Jefferson for 3. Got it!
Jefferson for 3.
Right now, both teams playing very hard, but no one really deterring the other from doing what they want to do. A lot of wide open jump shots. I know both coaches will talk about that at halftime.
Loose ball. The Blue Jays have it. Here comes Alexander. Good job by Gonzaga getting back. Alexander.
He's so good at the mid-range game, and the game has evolved into three-pointers. You need guys who can knock down those mid-range shots.
Can you hear yourself right now?
What's that?
Jones, the corner 3. And boy, did Gonzaga need that.
You're talking about a guy who averages just under 6 points a game. That was much needed.
You could have crinkled your chip bag, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to hear it. Zegarowski comes right back and hits the 3.
For 3.
against Froling, and that will lead us to a break with 41.8 seconds to go. This Creighton 174. In that game, Norvell had 21 points. Killian Tilly, who's not playing today, he had 22. But there's a big difference. Gonzaga wasn't ranked #1 last year at that time. Here's Clark out of the timeout. Clark strong to the hoop for the dunk.
So the other thing at halftime for McDermott is Clark loves to dribble left. So let's get a little bit more help when he puts it down with that left hand, or force him to go into where all of the help is, and that's with his right.
He's got 14 points in the first half, does Brandon Clark. Just about a second difference, shot clock to game clock. Froling comes out to set the pick for Alexander. 5 seconds on the clock. Alexander, step back for three. Petrusev contested. That should be a shot clock violation. And they're going to say the first half is over. 48-41. This is just the second game this season.